when certain programs and certain coaches walk into the living room, they can basically just say, this is what we've accomplished. This is what we've done. We're winning 12 games a year. We're competing for national championships. We're winning conference championships. We're going to college football playoff appearances. This is, you know, and obviously the relationship building and all of that is still vital for those programs as well. But they get into the living room automatically because of who they are and what they've accomplished recently. It's got to be a difficult place to be. And I think we've all been there at some point in our life where we've had to make a difficult decision and our head is telling us, wow, I want to win. Sure, I want it also to match the education and the vibe and the coaching staff and the relationships I have. But I'm a big time football player. I want to win. And these places have proven, and I know they're going to win. Oh, my heart tells me I want to go to Miami. This is what I've been. This is who I am. I'm a Cane at heart, but can I believe these guys? And that's where the relationship building really comes into play to convince, okay, no, we haven't done it. We haven't done it. We can't sell you on the 12 wins a year. But, hey, we've built a relationship here. We think you can be a cornerstone. And to make that convincing play for a young man like that is speaks a lot to as you mentioned, the position coach and Manny Diaz.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the biggest thing is at Miami, we're always going to be a part of the conversation for the South Florida or the Florida players. We're going to be in the conversation, but what have we done? What's the substance that can put what we're saying and what's actually happening on the field together? That's the thing. And safety has actually been one of our best developed positions. I've been critical of Ephraim Banda as a recruiter because we had Tyreek Stevenson, who it was Miami and Georgia. And everyone's like, he's going to come to Miami. He picks Georgia, you know, and he's doing very well at Georgia. People are critical of Coach Mike Rumph when he had the fearsome foursome from American Heritage with Tyson Campbell, Pastor Tan Jr., Nasty Nestor Silvera, and I forgot the other guy who went to Florida. He's irrelevant. But anyway, you got those guys, and we thought we were going to at least get one of those corners. We didn't. And Mike Rumph used to be, Coach Mike Rumph used to be their head coach at American Heritage. So the recruiting has been a little tough. We've been pretty tough on our coaches when it comes to recruiting. But safety, ever since Ephraim Banda and Manny Diaz have touched this team, every single starting safety we have had since 2016 is still on the current NFL roster right now. Jamal Carter and Rayshawn Jenkins in 2016. Jamal Carter still plays for the Falcons. Rayshawn Jenkins was a 4th-round draft pick. Jaquan Johnson and Sheldrick Redwine, both day 3 picks, but they are starters or big-time players or on their teams. For the Buffalo Bills for Jaquan Johnson and the Cleveland Browns for Sheldrick Redwine. So he's developed all of them and pushed them to the NFL. And majority of them have led us in tackles every single year, except for the 2019 season when Shaq Quarterman finally led the team in tackles. But before that, it was a safety every single year. The first year was Jamal Carter in 2016. 17 and 18, it was Jaquan Johnson. And this year in 19 was the first year it wasn't a safety. So Ephraim Banda has actually put out very, very good safeties and proven to be one of the better coaches, if not the best developer on the current Miami Hurricanes staff.
Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, talking Miami with the Wholesome One. So please join him on his YouTube channel, HOLSUM1, the Wholesome One, right here on YouTube. And what we're doing, and we've done this now 3 consecutive weeks, is have a 1-hour Q&A with the Wholesome One right here, Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. So I'm scanning the comments that have been sent to the channel in response to other Miami videos. And then also, if you leave your comments and questions in the live chat, I will get them directly to the Wholesome One, and we will talk it up. And when I've got something to say, I'll chime in as well. But obviously, we've got the Miami expert right here. We want to remind you that you can check out the previous videos with the Wholesome One right here. We appreciate the 5,000 views on each one of them. And also, of course, we had our Miami live show last night with Cam Underwood. Check that out as well.
Please go check that out. That's the GOAT right there, man. That's the greatest of all time, Cam Underwood. Oh,
and
when I
we
meet
also
him,
have
I
to
might
consider
cry.
that the super chat's available to you as well. So please like the videos. Please at least like the videos. It goes a long way in supporting the channel, but also the super chat's available as well. And appreciate that the Wholesome One has donated an hour of his time each and every week. So as it states on the screen, we're still having trouble talking ever since this voice thing came on, Wholesome One. So you got to bear with me here a little bit.
I got you.
The professionalism has taken a bit of a hit the last week. But Mr. HD, or Mr. HD, yes, is asking about Tay Williams playing early.
If he earns it.
Sure.
If he earns it. We're creating that type, and of course, shout out to Mr. HD, one of my best supporters on my channel. He shoots out. He loves to come and ask questions. So thank you for traveling on over to MarkRogersTV to bring your question. I appreciate that. But yes, Avante Williams, and that's the type of culture we need to create. And I've talked about it before ad nauseum here, and plenty of people have talked about it. You got to create a sense of competition to where if you truly earn it, not just because you're the highest ranked or you're the tallest or you look best in t-shirt and shorts, did you truly earn it? Do you know the playbook? Can you go out here and play free? Can you play fast? Are you not going to hurt us with penalties? Are you going to come out here and be a leader? All of those type of things, man. Are you going to be able to come out here and truly help the program? Because, I mean, look at Keontre Smith. He has something to say about Avante Williams coming and taking playing time. Gervin Hall has something to say about Avante Williams coming in and taking playing time from those guys. Amari Carter and my favorite, light-skinned warrior. That's what I call him, number 21. His name is Bubba Bolden, but I call him light-skinned warrior on my channel, and it kind of took off. Everybody really likes it. But those are the safeties that we currently have. And all of those young men are on our – because Avante is not an early enrollee. So we already have 4 safeties at his position of free safety and strong that are there to be able to battle back and forth for playing time. So that means Avante Williams has to come in and truly earn the right to get playing time. If the question is, do I think he will? Of course, whether it's special teams, whether it's coming in to play a nickel, because one thing about him is he's 5'11", 170. So he can play within the box because he's very aggressive, but he can also cover and come in as a nickel player every now and again. So having Avante Williams on the field ups the athleticism and the ante of the players on the field, but only if he truly earns that time to be out there. And that's the competition that Ed Reed is going to demand. And it's people who earn playing time, because you got to earn that to be out there and wear that U and get your uniform dirty.
I've got a comment here that was made to our last video in response to what could have been a class that would have ranked maybe more in the 30s range. But what type of impact? This is Dennis White writing in saying, thanks to Ed Reed and Rhett Lashley, we don't have a recruiting class ranked in the 30s, that they made the difference. What do you think?
I can definitely agree. Now, to a certain extent, majority of this class had already been put together and held together by Coach David Cooney, our head of recruiting, Coach DeMarcus Van Dyke, and a lot of these position coaches before we had the additions of Rhett Lashley and Ed Reed. Now, when you talk about bringing in, he left work early.
I love that comment. NCIS Fanatic 21. This guy has been with us for I don't know how long.
Years, at least about 5. I remember him probably 2015-ish. Yeah, he's been around
full
for
throttle, man. He's sold. So I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, man. And he's probably one of the only Buckeye fans that follows me on Twitter and is, he's very active talking about the Canes. So he appreciates college football. So shout out
Wholesome One. Here's another good one.
Okay, Ken. Okay.
Okay.
See, Mark? Hey, man, you're pulling in the view. Hey,